Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's hard level difficulty puzzle. And we've been doing a decent amount of hard puzzles, but it just turns out that these are the next ones on the list that were interesting to me. Anyways, let's get to the puzzle. It's called Lake Goldajärvi. I'm not sure how the A umlaut is spoken in Nordic countries. But it's something like that. Lake Goldajärvi by Alchemist. And here are the rules. We have Sudoku, where normal Sudoku rules apply, which means in every cell in the grid, place a single digit from 1 through 9 such that there are no repeats in any row, column, or designated 9-cell region. Norway, Sweden, and Finland. We have a three-way yin-yang, where we need to divide the grid, except for the gray central cairn, into 3 colors. And all cells of each color are fully orthogonally connected. No 2x2 square contains 4 cells of the same color, that is, and the gray central cairn counts as its own color for this purpose. And all 3 colors have at least 1 cell orthogonally touching the gray central cairn. Okay, so this is yin-yang, except that it's 3-way yin-yang. So how do I designate an example? We're going to choose red, yellow, and blue as the colors. Red for the reddish part of the Norwegian flag, yellow for the yellowish part of the Swedish flag, and blue for the blue part of the Finnish flag. And they're all accents, actually. The Norwegian flag, I believe, is blue and red. The Swedish flag is blue and yellow. And the Finnish flag is white and blue. But the background color for Norway is blue. The background color for Sweden is blue. And the background for Finland is white. But we don't want a white color here. So that's part of the reason why we chose blue for Finland. I think that's right? I'm pretty sure it's, yeah, blue. I think there's a blue, red, and white for Norway. It's blue and yellow for Sweden, with the cross in the being yellow. Actually, they all have crosses. So I guess this is the cross color. Right, and I think the red is the cross color for Norway. Let me just double check. Norway. Yep. Oh, wait, it's the other way around. Apologies for that. Red is the background color for Norway. Huh. Okay. Blue is the cross color. Okay, so, well, apologies for that. To the Norwegians out there who might be watching this video. So red will be for the... anyways, I'm choosing red for Norway, yellow for Sweden, and blue for Finland. And they all are in part of their flags, the country's flags. But anyways, let's divide this up so that we have a normal Sudoku that could work. Or sorry, normal yin-yang that works. I think this could be fine. Oh, no, this doesn't work because of that one. Okay. We have to orthogonally connect there, then. I guess this could work. This is kind of ugly, but, yeah, I think it's fun. So this is an example of a valid 3-way yin-yang. And, again, we divide the grid into the 3 colors, and all cells of each color are fully orthogonally connected. What does it mean to be fully orthogonally connected? It means you can go from any cell in one region to any other cell in that region just by going through edges, all while staying within the region. So for example, to get from here to here in yellow, you can just go this way, right? All through edges, all while staying within the yellow region. To get from here to here, you would have to go along this path, but you could still go through all edges, all while staying within the region, and red is obviously all the way around this way. So that's an example of how three-way yin-yang could work. What could not work, which is why I redid this part, was if this were blue here, the problem is gray is its own color, right? So the yellow can't go through edges. These three yellows cannot go through edges while staying within the same region to get to the other cells in its region, right? It has to go through the blue or it has to go through gray to get to these other yellow cells outside of it, and that's not allowed. Plus, in this, we have no 2x2 square contains 4 cells of the same color. So that's why this works, because even though this is 3 cells of the same color, the gray cell is a different color. So that matches that. This obviously can't be blue, because then this would all be a 2x2 cell, which is all the same color, which is not allowed. Where this doesn't work, though, is that all 3 colors have to have 1 cell orthogonally touching the gray central cairn, which just means sharing an edge with the gray central cairn. And red does not have that available. Is there maybe what I can... Well, I don't know. I just keep in mind that you have to have all three colors touching the sharing an edge with the gray central cell. And that's how three-way yin-yang works. We have seaweed, which are seeing German whisper lines, where any 2 cells directly connected by a green line differ by 5 or more. And any 2 cells directly connected by a green line are in different colors. Okay, so for the German whisper part, or as I like to call them, Whisper 5, which is a name that I did not come up with, Setter came up with it, and I thought it was a brilliant idea. If this were, say, a 3, this would have to be an 8 or a 9, because the only digits which are 5 or more away from 3 are 8 and 9. And so that's the only possibilities for this cell if this were 3. Also, any 2 cells directly connected by a green line are different colors. So this is satisfied that way, but this is not. So this has to be changed to actually satisfy that. Any cell on a green line also counts the number of cells of the same color it sees in all 4 cardinal directions, including themselves. Other colors and the gray central cairn block line of sight. So, for example, this actually doesn't work because it sees only 2 cells. This doesn't work because it only sees 3 cells here. So, but if we went by the colors that are actually on the... Right now I have it colored as... this would only see 3 cells because it sees these 3 cells here that are its own color. This sees 2 cells, so it would have to be 2 if that were the case. This would also have to be... This would have to be 5 because it sees 5 colors in the 4 cardinal directions, not blocked by other colors. So to match this, this would actually be 3, this would be 2, this would be 5, and this would be 3, because it sees 3 yellows in the cardinal directions. All such seeing cells are on seaweed lines. Any cell not on a green line does not count cells of the same color in that way. So this is the negative constraint. So only cells on the green lines can match exactly the number of cells it sees in the 4 cardinal directions of the same color, including their own cell, right? So that's why this is 2. It sees itself, 1 and 2. Okay, so keep that negative constraint in mind because that will probably be important to try to solve this puzzle. And we have fishes, which are small arrows, where any cell with one or more arrows counts the number of color changes in the indicated directions combined, counting from its own cell. So if the edge directly in front of the arrow is a boundary between colors, the count includes that boundary. So this, as an example, this would be counts one color change and then two color changes. So this would have to be 2 if that were the case. This counts only one color change because it's just the color change there. So this would be 1. This counts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 color changes. So this would have to be 8. This counts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 color changes. So this would have to be 6. And these would combine. So there's no color change this way, so that's 0. And this is 1. So that would be 1 in that case. But if there were any color changes here, it would add up add up the color changes that it sees there, and then the color changes it sees there, and combine that to be whatever that digit is. So that's how fishes work. And we have buoys, which are white Kropke dots, and any two cells connected by a white dot contain consecutive digits. So, for example, if this were, say, a 6, this would have to be 5 or 7 to be consecutive with it. And those are all the rules. If you like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay, I noticed that here, this has to be 2, because it only has potentially 2 color changes here. And it can't be 1 because of 1 in the column, specifically in the gray cairn cell. So this has to be 2, which means this must be a color change here. Oops. This has to be a color change here, and this must be a color change here. This can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 color changes. So this can be up to 8. This can be, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this can be up to 8 also. This, I think, can only see 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's up to 7. This can see up to 8. Going that way. This can see up to 8. This can see up to 6, I believe. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it can't really be 6. Because this cell cannot go this way. It has to go either that way or that way. So this has to be at most 5 then. This sees 1 gray cell. Obviously, these are all boundaries because the gray is its own region. All the seaweed cells, all 2 cells are in different colors. So we know this is a region border and this is a region border. So is this and so is this. Okay. So this has to be, it's between 2 unique digits on a Whisper 5 line. And so I'll be using Whisper 5. Know that it just basically means German whisper. It's just a preference that I have to call it that. So on a Whisper 5 line, it can only be 6 or 7 here. If this is 9, the problem is, yeah, it just can't be 9 here, because if this is 9, it can only see that way. This can't be 9 for the same reason. So these only see, if it's 9, The problem is then this region has to be all the same. Well, I guess it could actually be 9, thinking about it. These have to be 7, 8, or 9, period, because they're next to a 1 on a Whisper 5 line, and so they must be at least 6 through 9, but 6 cannot be next to 2 unique digits on a Whisper 5 line, which this would be. This has to be 3 or 4, and we know this is blocked this way. And this has to be then 8 or 9. Okay, that's interesting. So this must be 1 greater. Okay, so then this one of these has to be 9. Right? 3 or 4 can only be next to 8 or 9. These are next to, so this has to be 7 between this. If this cannot ever be 9. If this were 9, it would see all the cells here. And then this would be 9 plus potentially another one. But it can't be 9 because of the 9 in the column. So this has to be part of the same region here. These are different colors. These have to be the same color. Because it can't see 8 without being this region. So we'll make this blue for Finland, I guess. These have to be different colors. This is different color than that. We'll make that yellow for Sweden. And we don't know, that could be blue or it could be red. We're not sure. So this is already 1 boundary here, but it can't be 1. So this is also up to 8. Also, it cannot be 8. It has to be 2 through 6 here. And the remaining digits in this box are 2 through 6. This is 7, which means one of these is 2, and the other one is 3 or 4. This can't be 4 here, because it can't be next to a 9. So one of these is 2, guaranteed. This has to see more than this sees. So this one has to be blue. We have a 2x2 that's all blue. So obviously this is a different... Well, we already knew that this was a different color anyways. This sees at least 7. So even if this is 7, this... Okay, so how many of these have to be blue? We can have 7 this way, 7 this way, or 7 that way, which means all of these are blue. So this is blue, which means this cannot be blue. So it must have a border there. We don't have anything about boys being different colors. Nope. Okay, so this is blue. 2 cannot be here because of 2 in the column. This could be 2. I don't know why they eliminated that too. This is either blue or it's red. So we don't know which one that is. This is either obviously red or yellow. We have different colors here. I don't know how three-way yin-yang quite works intuitively, so I'm not sure if there's any repercussions for forcing this to be a certain color. This sees 3 or 4. So it could just go straight down. So this is at least 1 and maybe 2 greater than this, right? So again, okay, so technically it could be 9. Oh, no, it can't be 9. Okay, so it can't be 9 here for the same reasoning. Because if you have 9 going all the way here, we need the other color. Well, yes, we have yellow and blue here. If this were blue, the problem is how does red orthogonally touch the central cairn? It can't if it's over here. And then if it's over here, this all becomes one big blue block because it blocks red and yellow from connecting to any other cell there. And that doesn't work because we have 2x2 areas that are all blue then, if that's the case. So this cannot be 9, which means this is a 9 here. This is a 7-8 pair, which must be next to 2 and 3, guaranteed. So that means this is 2, 3 as a pair. That means the rest of row 5 is 4, 5, 6, and 9. Okay. This does see only one cell of its color. This is 7 or 8 also. So whichever one this is, so let's make this, I don't know, green, which can be either red or blue. It has to go 7 this way also. So green, this is definitely a border here because these have to be different colors. So this is at least 2 already. Yellow has to go down 3 at least. So these are borders. This, because of the way that this works, if this were both blue, there's no way this can be red. So this cannot be blue. We're forcing that has to be red then. So this is red, guaranteed. So one of these is red, one of these is... both cannot be blue, both cannot be red. So this has to be a blue-red pair. One is red, one is blue here. This sees 3 or 4. This can only have, so it could be 7 at least. We would have 1 change, 2 change. So this is 1 or 2, basically. Where could one... do we have anything else? So this could be yellow or blue. We're not sure which. Let's just keep that open for now. Whichever way this goes, since it's not on a Whisper 5 line, it's not a seeing cell. So it does not count the number, so it would have to be going 3 red that way or 3 blue that way, depending on which one it is. Can we really have 8 here changes? No. You can't have 8 changes. And in fact, actually, I don't even know. So on the border, how many times can you swap? Can it be just yellow to red to blue, or yellow to blue to red as a possibility? What happens if you try to have red to like blue to like yellow to like blue, does that work? I don't think so. Right? Can you swap? So say this was red here. You could orthogonally, as long as you don't swap again. So say you have a blue. If you don't swap again, so the blue has to orthogonally connect to the blue, which will necessarily break the red apart if it's like this. If we make it yellow, we have the same problem, right? The yellow has to orthogonally connect to the yellow, which would break the red apart here. So you can change up to 3 times. You have to change either no times or 1 time, 2 times, and that's it on the edge. 3 times, right? So red to blue, blue to yellow, and yellow. Red to blue, blue to yellow, and yellow to red. So you can now go up to 3 changes. And I think we already have that proven then. So this is a change here. This has to be a change because we have to have 1 change in this row. So I think that has to be 1 then. And this has to have a change too because it must be 1. So this is 1. This is likely going to be yellow, but let's use different colors for this. So this we're going to label pink. We're going to label this green. So we're guaranteed pink here. So this is 1, which makes this 2. That's interesting. There has to be 2 changes here. So this cannot be 8. If that were 8, you'd only have 1 change here. So this is 7, which makes this 2, which makes this 8 and 3 here. So this is pink in some sense. We don't know where it is, so this is specifically. And then this has to be some orange here. It has to swap at least once here, so it goes there. It has to swap at least once there, so that's done. So this is a swap, this is a swap, and this is a third swap, which means we cannot have another swap. So this is all orange. This sees 2 changes. So it could be that this is all blue. It could be this is all blue. So it sees 7 here, which means this sees 2 this way. So this is done there, and this is not, this is done that way. So blue is not the same as orange. Okay, that's good to know. This sees 8. So it could be either still green, orange, or pink, right? It must go the full set here, or it must go. So this is 8, which means all of these are red guaranteed. Okay. It swaps somewhere here. This is 2, which eliminates 2 here. This is guaranteed to be greater than 2, right? 1 change here, 2 change here, 3 change here. So this is at least 3. How many can it see here? 4, 5, and 6 potentially. So this could be up to 6. Where is the 6th then in box 5? It has to be here. So this is 2. This sees 8. It's either, well, the problem is this could change right here, right? We have boundary here. So obviously this can't be 1. This can't be 1 or 3. We have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 here. 4, 5, 6, 7 here. 2, 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 4, 5, 6, 7 This sees at least 2, but it has to be greater than 2, so this is 3 through 8. This sees only 2 cells. Interesting. So it goes either this way than there, or this way than there. So whichever one this is, it has to be the same as that cell, and it's one of these two that it connects with. This sees 3, we're not sure where. This sees 3 or 4. So if it's 3, then this would have to turn that way. And then this would be a different color. That's interesting. These are consecutive. That's not helpful. What can these be? Okay, so this actually... No, okay, this always sees at least 6 of the same region. So there we go. So this sees at least 6. This sees at least 3. So this has to just see 3 then. Because if it's less than 3... Sorry, if it's more than 3... This would have to be next to a 9 on a Whisper 5 line. So therefore, this is 3, which forces this to see 8. So it sees those 6 here, and it must see those 3 here, and it cannot be red. So this is not red. Interesting. This sees 3, so this is a boundary here. Interesting. So same for this. This sees 9. Right? So that's 9 there. Which means this is a low, so it sees 1. It can't see 1, because it must be orthogonally connected to it. So it's 3 or 4 here. That's interesting. So this is all green, which means the only thing that can go in this then is red. So this has to be a mixture of red and green. This must be red. This must be red. This is a different color, and it has to be green then. Because this is a different color than red. Red has to orthogonally connect to the rest of the reds. So it must go up here. So this is red. This is a combination of green and red here. So this cell is either red, or it could be blue, potentially yellow also. One of these is red. We're not sure which. Okay, if this were red, the problem is we know green and pink are different colors. So if this were red, we know green is a different color than red, because this only sees 8. So you see these 6 and then 7, 8. So it has to be different from red. So if this were red, the problem is that green and pink... Well, green has to go out, at least. And then that would cut pink off, right? because green has to be either yellow or blue to connect with those. And then pink also cannot be red in this instance because it's cut off from by green here to get out. So that's not going to work. So red cannot be here. This has to be red. So green has to go out this way to connect with either yellow or blue. So it has to connect all the way here. This is a different color. So that means what is pink? Pink has to be red to match this. Otherwise, it's not going to be able to match with yellow or blue because it's already cut off. So then this is done here. This must connect with pink. And so we have only one change here. So again, pink is red. So this must change, cannot change yet here. This is red. This can't be red because of the 2x2. That is 3 reds. So we have green here. Same with this. This has to be green. This cannot be red. So then these are only red and green left. So this has to be green, which means this 2x2 area is all green. Has 3 greens in it. So this can't be green. That's red. So this is the borders going this way. Red could go this way. Yellow. So yellow has to either go here or here. And it changes. So red has to be here. Blue and orange are different because of the 9. And so this also is cut off here. So then this must be blue. So since this is green, this is blue or this is blue. Either way, this is blue here. Which means this is yellow. And this must be 4. Because it sees 4 cells. So this can't be 4 here, no 4 here. This sees how many? 1, 2, 3, 4 changes. That doesn't work. Frig. This is 1 change, 2, 3, and 4. Why is this failing? Ugh, that sucks. Wait, why did this have to be 7? Maybe that's the problem. How did I determine this had to be 7? Well, Good question, actually. Maybe that was the problem. Okay, so that's a little problematic. I think the logic, though, for the edges, I think still makes sense. How did we know this was 7? Oh, because this is 2 changes. If you have 8... Yeah, this is still... So I think this logic all still makes sense. But the problem is that we are running into issues here. That's 4, right? That means this has to be yellow. The problem is this sees 4 changes, 4 boundaries. One, because this sees 7, so this is blue. So this is the other blue or red. Well, that's interesting. Oh, okay. I figured it out. Yes, this is 4. Okay, so green is blue. That's what I totally forgot about that. Okay, so that's the reason why that works. So again, we see 1 change here, 2, 3, 4 color changes. So this is 4, which makes this 3. So this has to be red going out this way. Yellow has to go out this way. This is blocked here. This must be a color change here. So this is color change, and green is blue. So that's blue, which then means this doesn't color change here, and this sees 7 cells. Okay, there we go. So this is all, we have a 2x2, that's all blue. This can't be blue, that's red, which means this can't be red. So that's blue, which means this can't be blue, that's red. Okay, there we go. That was the, yeah, apologies, I messed up. This cannot just see 2 cells of blue, so this has to be blue there. We have boundary here. This has to be red to be boundary here, because and orange has to be essentially yellow. Yellow has to get out here to orthogonally connect. We have red there. This is blue. This sees lots, so no 3 or 4 here. This is 5 or 6 as a pair. This sees 9. This cannot, it's not going to be red. It can't reach red orthogonally, so this has to be yellow. So since this is yellow, it cannot go this way because this 2x2 is all yellow. This is blue, this is yellow. So this sees 2 cells, that works. This is going to have to be blue because it can't be yellow, and red can't reach orthogonally there, so this is blue. This sees 4 cells. So this is a border there. So this is yellow. This cannot be 4 here. No 4 in the column. So this sees 4 cells there. These is a 2x2 that's all yellow, so this can't be yellow. It's blue, and it can't be red. So this is always going to be blue because it has to orthogonally connect. This must orthogonally connect, and we have a 2x2 area that's 3 blues, so this can't be blue, that's yellow. So then we have border this way. Okay, so then let's do the full edge. We have this border here. This cannot be blue. Yellow has to transition here, and yellow must orthogonally connect, so this can never be red. Therefore, this is yellow. I actually created that boundary first, but oh, maybe because I knew it was a 2x2 area. Okay. Anyways, the red has to orthogonally connect, but it can orthogonally connect to any of these. These are consecutive. There's no 2 in this box, so this can't be 1 and 2. So this is cannot be 3, 4. It's 6 with 5 or 7, which means 6 is guaranteed here. So 6 is guaranteed here. That means 6 cannot appear in the rest of the box. So this cannot be 6 here. How many changes do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 5 or 6 that this can be. So this is not 8, it's 5 or 6. These are consecutive and cannot have 2. This sees 1, 2 changes. This could be blue down there. Red could be done here. We're not sure. Remaining digits of row 6 are 1, 2, 5, and 7. Okay. And 2 cannot be here because of 2 in the box. This can't be 1 because of 1 in the column. Okay, this sees 8. This cannot be 6 because it only sees 6 cells, and the seeing cells can only be on the seaweed. This sees 3. That's fine. Where is the 6 then in row 5? It has to be here. So this is 6. This sees 1 here, 2, 3. So it sees 3, or this will be a different color. In which case it would see 5. It cannot see 3, so this has to see 5. Right, because if it's can't be 3 here. So this right now sees 1, 2, 3 changes. So this has to be a different color. So this is a border here, which means we see 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here. So this is either blue, blue here, and that's yellow, or this is red, red here, and this is yellow. Okay. What else do we have? One of these is, this can't be 5, obviously. This can't be 2, because it would see exactly 2 in its region. So this must be at least 4. Can it be 6 or 7 anymore? We have 1, 2 change. 3, 4, 5, and 6. No, so no 7. So it's 4 or 6 changes here. These are consecutive. You have to have an even digit here with an odd digit. But the odd digits can only be 7 or 9. So 7 or 9 can be with 6 or 8 here. Obviously 6 can't be here. We don't know which of these is odd. 2 cannot be here because of 2 in the row. Where's 2 in box 7? It has to be here. So that's 2. Which means 2 has to be one of these 2 here. 2 obviously is one of these 2 here. Cannot be here. Is one of these 3 then. It's one of these 4. This cannot be 9. Okay, remaining digits in column 4. We have 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 9. 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9. 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9. This can't be 1 because of 1 in the row. This can't be 5 because of 5 in the row. This cannot be 9 because it sees 9 cells and it's not on a Whisper 5 line. This can't be 1 because of 1 in the row. No 9 because of 9 in the row. Okay. Remaining digits of column 1. We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. No 4 or 9 here. No 6 here because of... No 4 or 9 here because of 4 or 9 in the row. No 6 here because of 6 in the box. This can't be 6 because it guarantees sees only 6 cells in the region. So 6 has to be one of these two. Okay. Remaining digits of box 7 are 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Obviously 6 can't be here. Remaining digits of column 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, this can't be 3 because of 3 in the row. No 5 here because of 5 in the row. This is blue or red. We're not sure what's going on there. These are consecutive. Cannot be 1, 2. Can't be 2, 3. Could be 3, 4, 4, 5. No 5, 6 because of the 5, 6 in pair. That would eliminate this cell in the column. No 6, 7. No 7, 8. No 8, 9. So we're guaranteed a 4 is one of these digits. Right? No 1, 2 again. No 2, 3. 3, 4 is possible. 4, 5 is possible. 5, 6 is not because it would eliminate all possibilities for that cell. And then 7, no 6, 7, no 7, 8, no 8, 9. So this is guaranteed 4, which eliminates 4 in the rest of the box and the region. Or sorry, column. So we have what remaining? 1, 3, 5, 6, and 8. Okay. This can't be 5 because of 5 in the row. No 3 because of 3 in the row. 8 cannot be here because it sees 8 cells in the region. This can't be 8 either. This can't be 8 either. So we already know this can't be 8 because of the white Kropke dot. This can't be 8 because of 8 in the column. This is already a 1. This can't be 8 because it sees 8 cells and it's not on a Whisper 5 line. Same with this, same with this. And this only sees 5 or 6 changes. And 8 can't be here because it sees only 8 cells and it's not on a Whisper 5 line, so 8 has to be here. Interesting. Remaining digits of row 4. We have 1, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. Right? 1, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. This cannot be 8, 9 because of 8, 9 in the column. No 4 because of 4 in the row. Or 4 in the column. No 3 or 8. No 3 or 8 because of 3 or 8 in the box. This can't be 5 because of the 5, 6 pair in the row. This can't be 4 because it sees 4 cells and it's not on a Whisper 5 line. So 2 is one of these 3 also. Remaining digits of column 9, 1 through 7. No 4 here because of 4 in the box. No 3 here because of 3 in the row. No 2 or 5 here because of 2 or 5 in the row. No 1 or 2 here. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which could be consecutive with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 can't be here. Since this can't be 4, this can't be 3 here, because 3 is only consecutive with 2 or 4, and that's neither of these can be 2 or 4. Every other one works fine. All cells of each color are fully orthogonal. No 2 by 2 square contains 4 cells of the same color. So at least one of these two is blue. At least one of these two is blue. Can this be the blue cell by itself? Yes, it could go blue, right? 1 eliminates 1 as a possibility in here. Okay. 3 could be there. What digits can be in box 3? We have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. No 2 here or here because of 2 in the rows. No 1 here because of 1 in the row. These cannot be 3 because they see 3 cells and are not on a Whisper 5 line. Okay. Um. Ugh. Where is 4 in box 6? Can't be here because of it's not on a Whisper 5 line and it sees 4 cells. Can't be here or here because of 4s in the rows and the column. So 4 has to be one of these 2 cells, which eliminates 4 in the rest of the column. Okay, that's interesting. So that means these can't be 4. This can no longer be 3 then. So 5 and 6 and 7 work. Okay. Hmm. um. Hmm. So we have right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, color changes. Could be 6 here. Can this actually be 6? If it's 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. What about 4? 1, 2. So we know... So either this is blue. If this is blue, I guess it could go around here. It has to be 4 or 6 anyways, right? Red has to go through here. That's 2 changes there. We have 2 changes here. So you could have red, blue, blue, and that's red. That is possible. Ew. Okay. We are guaranteed 6 has to be one of these 3 digits here. Whoops, not... How did I include all of these? 6 is one of these 3 digits here. This cannot be 3. It sees... Right. This can't be 3 because it sees 3 cells in its own region, and that's it. And it's not on a Whisper 5 line. So 3 has to be one of these 3 digits here in column 6, which eliminates 3 in the rest of the box. That means 3 has to be one of these 2 digits here. Okay. Sees 5 cells. Oh, this has to see 3 cells. So it sees these 3 cells, and then it's done. Okay, so then there's a border here. Since there's a border here, this has to be red. This has to orthogonally connect out, and this can't be red, this is blue. So then this is the borders there. This can't be 2. It would see both cells in... Only 2 cells in a region and not be on a Whisper 5 line. So yeah, I completely forgot about this one. Huh. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 changes. So this is 4, which eliminates 4 in the rest of the box. And the row. And column. That means one of these 2 is a 2, which means this cannot be 2 here. Which means the 2 in row 6 has to be here. Okay. So this sees 3, connects that way, so this is the shading for blue and red there. We need a 5 in box 5. And it can't be here anymore. Can't be here because of 5, 6 pair. So it has to be here. So this is 5, which makes this 9, and this 4. That eliminates 4 from being here. It eliminates 9 in the box and column. I don't think we have that yet, though. So this is 9. So 5 has to be one of these 3. This sees 6 cells. So it cannot, it's not on a Whisper 5 line, so it cannot be 6. Which forces this to be a 6 here. That means this can't be 6 here. It's 5. So we have all the boundaries necessary. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boundaries already. So this can't be another boundary. It's yellow, which means this is a boundary here. So this has to be blue and blue here to connect. This has to connect as yellow, so that's done. So we have all the boundaries now. Sweden is actually in... I don't know. I don't know which way we're looking at it. Does that really make sense? Probably not. Sweden would probably have to be this one, and then Norway would be here, and then Finland would be here. But anyways, that means we should be able to finish this all now. Okay. So we have 7, 9 here. That means the remaining digits in column 3 are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Also, yeah, this 5 eliminates 5 here. So this is 7. That eliminates 5 and 7 in the rest of the column. Eliminates 7 in the rest of the box and row. This can't be 5 because of 5 in the box. This can't be 6 because of 6 in the row. So no 5, 6 here, no 5, 6 here. This is a 7, 9 pair. This cannot be 5 here. The 7, 9 pair eliminates 7, 9 in the rest of the row. This can't be 7. This is 2, 3, or 4 here. No 6 here because of 6 in the box. We already knew that anyways. 5 is here, which means this can't be 5 here. 1, 3, 6, 7, and 8. We know 4 and 9 are here in some capacity in column 7. This can't be 4 because of 4 in the row. Nine eliminates 9 here. Remaining digits of column 2. We have 2, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. No 2, 4, or 9 here because of 2, 4, 9 in the row. I think that's it for that. Okay. Remaining digits of column 7. We have 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. No 3 here, no 4 here, no 1 here because of 3, 4, and 1 in the row. The remaining digits of column 9, we have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. No 3 here because of 3 in the row. No 2 or 5 here because of 2 or 5 in the row. Okay, this can't be 4 because it sees 4 cells. Neither can this. Neither of these could be 4 because of the 4 cells that they see, and they're not on Whisper 5 lines. So now we have a 1. Where can 4 be in column 2? Cannot be any of these cells anymore. These because they were eliminated by the seeing cells having to be on the Whisper 5 lines. So this must be 4 here. So since this is 4, this is 3. 3 and 4 consecutive. 3 eliminates 3 here, so it's 2. This can only be 2 remaining here in column 2. That means this can't be 3 here. 4 eliminates 4 here, so it's 9, which makes this 4. 9 eliminates 9 here, so we have a 5, 8 pair in box 1, which eliminates 5 and 8 in the rest of the box. So this can't be 5 or 8. It's 3. This can't be 8 here. So 9 can never be here. If 9 were here, it would have to be consecutive with only 8. So this is 7 or 8 here. 4 is here. This is 5, 8 as a pair. 3 eliminates 3 from being here. No 2 here or 2 here. We have a 1, 6, 7 triplet in box 3, which eliminates 1, 6, 7 in the rest of the box. This can't be 1, 6, or 7. It's 3. And 7 has to be one of these two, so this cannot be... this is a 7, 9 pair anyways, which eliminates 7, 9 in the rest of the box. We have a 1, 6, 7 triplet in column 7, which eliminates 1, 6, 7 in the rest of the column. No 1, 6, 7, no 1, 6, 7, no 6, 7. Okay. This sees 3 cells in the region, and it's not on a Whisper 5 line, so this cannot be 3. No 3 here because of 3 in the column. Where is 3? We have a 1, 7, 9 triplet in row 4, which eliminates 1, 7, 9 in the rest of the row. This can't be 1 or 7, it's 8. This can't be 8, it's 3, which eliminates 3 in the rest of the column. So this is 4, 8, 9 as a triplet, which eliminates 4, 8, 9 in the rest of the box. That also means this has to be 5, 6 or 6, 7 to be consecutive. So we're guaranteed a 6 here, which means this cannot be 6 here. Which means, where's the 6 in box 7? It has to be here. 6 is only consecutive with 7, though, so this is 6 and 7, which makes this 9. This can't be 7 or 9. It's 8. 7 eliminates 7 here, so it's 1. It also, 1 and 7 eliminates 1 and 7 there, so it's 9, which makes that 7, which eliminates 7 here, so that's 1. So this cannot be 1 here. That eliminates 1 in the rest of the column. This 2 is no longer possible to be 2, so where's 2 in box 9? It has to be there. 3 eliminates 3 here. This is guaranteed to have a 6 here, so this can no longer be 6, so this is 7, which makes this 5, which eliminates 5 and 7 there, so it's 6 and 5 to be consecutive. This can't be 8 or 9 because of 8 or 9 in the row, so this is 4. No 4 here, no 6, 7 here, no 6, 7 here. We have a 1, 5 pair in row 7, which eliminates 1, 5 in the rest of the row. This can't be 1, 5, or 6. It's 8. And that eliminates 8 here, so it's 9 and 8. This therefore has to be a 4 left. No 4, 5, or 6, or 8, 9, so it's 7, which makes this a 3. We have a 1, 5, 6 triplet in column 4, which eliminates 1, 5, 6 in the rest of the column. This can't be 1, 5, or 6, or 3, so this is 7, 9. Cannot be 7 because of 7 in the row, so this is 9, which makes this 7, which makes that 9. This can no longer be 6 here or here because we are guaranteed a 6 in one of these two cells. This 8 eliminates 8 here and 8 in the box. This can't be 7 or 9, so that makes this 6, which makes this 1, which makes this 5. That eliminates 5 here, so it's 1. This can't be 1, 6, or 7. It's 3. This 5 eliminates 5 here. 1 eliminates 1 here. So this is 6, 7 as a pair. 5 eliminates 5 here. This is a 1, 6 pair, which eliminates 1 and 6 in the rest of the box. This can't be 1. It's 5. That makes this 8. 8 eliminates 8 here, so it's 5 and 8. 5 eliminates 5 here, so it's 6 and 5. This sees 6 cells, and it's not on a Whisper 5 line, so this can't be 6. This is 7, which makes that 6. 7 eliminates 7 here, so that's 6, which makes this 1 and 7, which eliminates 6 here, so it's 1 and 6. And that's a solution to this. Very cool, actually. I really enjoyed the way that this puzzle worked out. I nearly made a hash of it here with this assumption that the green... I don't even know. I should have actually been able to figure out almost immediately that the green... Once the red had to be pink, the green had to be blue because the blue could not be orange, right? So a blue had to be green then to match. But yeah, really nice use of the 3-cell yin-yang and the way that they're restricted by having the seeing cells only be on the Whisper 5 lines. Definitely very cool puzzle. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.